Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to believe when you don't believe it. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I had an exciting session this morning, so good that I waited until the session was over and to really formulate today's lesson based on this morning's session. And this was with somebody said, Tom, I've just had my desires for a long time. And I'm just kind of exhausted. I don't even know what it's supposed to feel like, the feeling of wish fulfilled. I don't even know how to believe it. And so I really want to hit this today because we had some huge insights and some huge breakthroughs today in today's session. And then we're going to follow that up. So there'll be more on this. But today I want to talk about this. And this is what we really discovered with this client. That it's not that this client, he felt that his desires were old. He felt that he's just been in this state of non-fulfillment, holding on to these desires, not really feeling the wish fulfilled, not even certain what it feels like, not even knowing if he believes it or not. And it just all got exhausted. But why is that? As we peeled this back a bit, as we sort of went under a few layers, it was his past, right? He kept saying it's my past that I believe is holding me back from my wish fulfilled, right? I've had these desires for a long time and nothing's happened. But it's not your past that's ever holding you back. Hear this. It's your old beliefs and thoughts about it. Do you hear this? Your past, we've talked about the past, how that changes in the moment and now. But today I really want to talk about that. It's your old beliefs about the past that are holding you back. It's not the past at all. The past doesn't have any power to hold you back, right? Your desires aren't old. Your dreams aren't old. Your wishes aren't old. Your desires, your wishes or dreams are new. Hear this. In every eternal moment of now. You're brand new in every moment of now. There's nothing old about you or your dreams or your desires. What's old? It's your beliefs. It's those old dead thoughts that you thought so much about. That is old. That's the only thing that's old. You're struggling to manifest new desires through old beliefs and dead thoughts. Whew. Hear this. Right? And you know what Scripture says about this, right? No one puts new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the wine will burst through the skins. But one puts new wine into fresh wineskins. This is from Mark 2:22. Also in Mark 2:21, no one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment. A worse tear will result. Do you hear this? This is this idea that you're putting through these beautiful new desires, this beautiful new you, these wishes and dreams through old stale beliefs and thoughts, new wine into old wineskins, right? New patches on old garments. Wow, that's powerful. Let's hit this a little bit more. The 3D world will always give you evidence to support your thoughts and beliefs about it. So if you've got these stale old thoughts about the past that you keep carrying forward, that's all you're going to see. A stale old 3D reality, right? All things are possible to him who believes. Mark 9:23. Not some things, not a few desires, not the small desires, right? All things are possible to him who believes. The question is, and your question is, how do I believe when I don't believe it, right? When your beliefs equal your desire, when your story equals your imagined end, it must manifest in 3D reality. So I want to get at the idea, okay, you're saying, okay, Tom, I get all that, but what about my beliefs? We're going to take this step by step. Your beliefs create the feelings, emotions, and images to support it. So if you're believing, and if you believe that your past is holding you back, those are the stale old beliefs that you're seeing your world through, that you're creating your reality from, right? You can't create, attract, manifest, and perceive and receive what you're not conscious of being. In other words, what you're not conscious of believing of yourself and your relationship to the 3D world around you. You can't get it from there. So let's hit this a little bit more. You believe what you see. So when you're looking at 3D reality, you believe that. So how do you believe in the unseen? You feel it. Hear this. So get your eyes off of what and remember, I'm not just talking about the manifested 3D reality. I'm talking right now. I'm talking about the old manifested reality that you're calling your past. Old images, old memories. That's manifested reality. That's all past. Right now is past, and that is past. It's all past. You're seeing everything through old dead thoughts, old dead beliefs, old dead images, right? So how do you do it then? How do you believe in it? How do you believe in the unseen? How do you believe when you don't believe it, you feel it? Why? Because you believe what you feel. Right? Every time you feel anger, you believe in that anger. Every time you feel happy, you believe you're happy. Right? You believe in how you feel. The ability to, and this is what Neville says, right? Neville Goddard, right here. The ability to feel the unseen is the secret of creation, by which the world or unseen desire is made visible, is made flesh. The ability to feel the unseen. How do you feel the unseen? That's what we're going to get to next, because that is the key. That is the creation. That's how you believe it. You feel it because you believe what you feel. Stop allowing the outer world, the people, events, and conditions, and past images and memories choose how you feel about them. Hear this. So you believe you believe that past is holding you back. But that's only your thoughts about the past. Those are bogus beliefs about the past. Stop allowing the past images, past memories, and the current, quote, outer world, manifested reality, people, events, and conditions, and these past images choose how you feel about them. They're choosing how you feel. You're not choosing. You think you're choosing, but they're choosing for you, right? These dead effects, you feel a certain way about them, and then you believe what you feel. Do you see this, guys? You have these dead effects. Either these are images from the past or the current past manifested reality. You feel a certain way and you believe what you feel. You see, create, perceive, and receive what you believe. Wow, that's powerful. So I want to talk about, if that is true, there's a lot, you have a law at your fingertips that can change everything. And I've talked about this in older videos, and one of you mentioned it on the channel. So that was kind of a coincidence, because I mentioned that, I think after I even read that, it occurred to me to mention it in this coaching session. The law of reversibility. If A, the cause, can produce B, the effects, then B can produce A. Do you hear this? We've always talked about that on the dimensionally larger reality, cause equals effect, right? So if you, and this is what Neville says, if your realized prayer, in other words, your wish fulfilled, produces in you a definite feeling or state of consciousness, then inversely, that particular feeling or state of consciousness must produce your realized prayer or your wish fulfilled. Do you see the power in this? If manifesting your wish fulfilled, if having the bag of money or the love in your life can bring you joy, it can bring you gratitude, then joy and gratitude can bring you that manifested wish fulfilled. We've talked about this, but never like we're going to today, right? What is the feeling then? What is this feeling? If your realized prayer, your realized wish fulfilled, your manifested wish produces in you a definite feeling or state of consciousness, then inversely, that particular feeling, that definite feeling or state of consciousness must produce in you a realized prayer, or in other words, a manifested reality. But what's the feeling? That's what you're saying, Tom. What's the feeling? The feeling is gratitude. That's the feeling. That's why. Because gratitude leads to belief. When you feel grateful, you believe it. And when you believe it, it's done, and it's a conviction. So the feeling is that feeling of gratitude that turns it into a conviction, that turns it into a belief that it is all done for you, right? Gratitude implies fulfillment. Gratitude creates the image or memory of your wish fulfilled. It creates the image. It creates the reality of your wish fulfilled. Cause equals effect. It's created in the state of gratitude. Wow. Gratitude creates the conviction that it's done. Let's hit this a little bit more. Dr. Joe Dispenza also talks about this idea of the law of reversibility in his own way. What does Dr. Joe say? When you are in a state of gratitude, you transmit a signal to the field, the quantum field, the field of God, the field of infinite possibilities, right? Infinite intelligence, the quantum mind, that an event has already happened, occurred. You are moving from, so this is what he says, Dr. Joe, when you are in a state of gratitude, you transmit a signal into the field that an event has already occurred. How do you transmit that? Through feeling, right? Remember, God feels and knows, right? And so you are moving from cause and effect, right? From that Newtonian view of cause equals effects, waiting for something outside of you to make a change inside of you, to causing an effect. Changing something inside of you to produce an effect outside of you. In other words, it's the law of reversibility that Dr. Joe's talking about. Do you hear this? Cause equals effect. Inside equals outside. There is no difference. Can you imagine? This is what Dr. Joe asked. Can you imagine that reality so completely that you begin to be in that future now? That future now. Just like Neville Goddard, right? What are we talking about? When he says, can you imagine? In other words, can you feel and believe? Can you imagine? Can you feel and believe within that reality, that desire, that wish fulfilled is so complete, so completely that you begin to be in that future now. You move to it when you imagine it, when you feel it, when you believe it. Gratitude leads to the feeling of fulfillment. Leads to the belief and conviction it's done, leads to the manifestation in 3D. Wow. How do you believe when you don't believe it? Through gratitude, right? How do you feel when you're not feeling it? Through gratitude. Gratitude equals the feeling of fulfillment, which equals the belief and conviction it's done, which then it must manifest in 3D because you believe what you feel. And what you believe, you create. That's powerful. So let's hit this a little bit more. So how does it apply to you? So if it's money or abundance, and if someone gave you a bag of money or deposited $1 million in your bank account, you would feel what? You would feel grateful. You would feel abundance. You would feel freedom, right? You would feel abundant and full and free and full of gratitude. You would feel these unseen feelings. Right? The unseen's just as real. That's just as real as that bag of money. Do you get this? That's that gratitude. So what happens? Then according to the law of reversibility, according to also Dr. Joe, this idea, right? If you can feel abundance, if you can feel free, if you can feel gratitude, then that must produce the bag of money. It must produce the deposit in your bank account. It must produce the seen reality. That's the law of reversibility, right? If you and your SP together, or a specific person, if you're in love, if that's what you want to be in love and be with that person, if that produces within you a feeling of love, of wholeness, of gratitude, if that seen reality produces an unseen reality of love, of wholeness and gratitude, then that unseen reality of love, of wholeness, of gratitude must produce you with your specific person. That's the law of reversibility. It's a law. That's the master key. What's the master key to all of this? Gratitude. Notice it's gratitude. Gratitude in advance. That's what Jesus did when he was in front of the tomb of Lazarus. He thanked God in advance. That's what Mark 11:23 is talking about when he says, if you can believe it, if you can believe that you've received it, then it will be yours. This is the idea. It's that gratitude in advance. It's the feeling of fulfillment. It's a belief it's yours. It's a conviction it's done, right? You always receive more of what you're grateful for. That's law. That's appreciation as well, right? Gratitude, appreciation, right? That's the master key. That's big. And this is what Matthew 13:12 says, for whoever has what? Has that state of consciousness, has that state of fulfillment. But what is that state of fulfillment? Gratitude. Whoever has gratitude, to him shall more be given. You're going to have more things to be grateful for. If you have a state of consciousness of wish fulfilled, you're going to have more things to feel fulfilled about. If you're in that imaginative state, if you're in that state, period, of gratitude, more shall be added to you. He shall have an abundance. You'll have an abundance of things to be grateful for. But whoever does not have that gratitude, whoever, even what he has, shall be taken away from him. Wow. Very powerful. If you don't maintain that state of consciousness of fulfillment, of gratitude, then you're going to be in another state unlike that. And then what you have, you will lose. Your right to anything is a right of consciousness. And you deserve everything, but you deserve it by a right of consciousness. Nothing from the outside world determines what you deserve and what you can have. Everything is about the right of your divine being, a right of your divine inheritance as an aspect of God. It's your divine right, but you can only claim it, you can only have it by your right of consciousness. Whew. Gratitude gets you there. There's a divine unseen link between the seen and the unseen. It's an invisible continuity between you and God, right? Between what you see and perceive and what you feel and what you believe. That never breaks. It's always there. Wow. So what does John 11:23 say? We've talked 2 through 3, 14, 2 through 3. We've talked about this in terms of the imaginative act, in terms of the teachings of Neville Goddard. And I want to go there, but I want to take it in a different angle with gratitude today. So I go to prepare a place for you. How do you go prepare a place? With gratitude, right? If I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, your I am awareness, that's Jesus talking here, right? That's Jesus and you talking to the 3D you. There you may be also. That I am, that awareness, that greater you, that inner being, that higher power, to prepare a place for you. If I go in my imagination. But what does that really mean? It means if I go in my gratitude, in my feeling of fulfillment, and prepare a place for you, I'll come again and receive the 3D you. In other words, you're going to manifest what you want as you go in gratitude, right? To myself, that where I am, there you may be also. It's that invisible bridge that Neville Goddard talks about, the bridge of incidence. It's an invisible bridge. Through gratitude, you create a place that now must be filled with your desire. Whew. Hear this. Through gratitude, you create a place that now must be filled with your desire. That's what John 14, 2 through 3 is talking about here, right? You go prepare a place. Remember, the universe abhors a vacuum. So if you go within with gratitude, with a feeling of fulfillment, and prepare a place, that must be filled in 3D reality. That must be manifested, right? Through gratitude, you create a place, and now it must be filled with your desire. It leads you to where you have been in your imagination, and even bigger than that. Not bigger, probably the same, but just as important, in gratitude. Where you are in imagination, where you are in gratitude, the feeling of fulfillment, in other words, the feeling of fulfillment that leads to belief, that leads to manifestation, where you are now physically in 3D. That's where it takes you, your perception. It leads you from where you have been in imagination. You go ahead. You go and prepare the place in gratitude. It's gratitude in advance. It's gratitude for your divine makeup. It's the gratitude for having 2 feet on the ground of this wonderful earth. It's that gratitude. You go there, and then where you are now physically, you go to where you were in gratitude. Wow, that's big. The universe abhors a vacuum. How do you believe it? You feel it. How do you feel it? Gratitude. How do you manifest it? Gratitude. How do you live it? Through gratitude. That's it, guys. That's how to believe when you don't believe it. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button. Like and share our videos. That's how we got our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We also have a group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're going to have a variety of different content in the future. in the future, I promise. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kieran, and also our website at tomkieran.com or besomethingwonderful.com. Until next time, creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, see you soon.